Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 22nd, and it is a white day. Jenks Studio will be here next week to take individual photos of all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. All underclassmen must have their photo taken for the yearbook, regardless of whether you plan to order photos from Jenks or not. The schedule will be emailed out to students and families on Thursday. Seniors, if you have not had your senior photo taken, please feel free to have Jenks take your photo for the yearbook as well. Order forms were placed in advisors' mailboxes, but can also be picked up in the headmaster's office, at the main office, or in the Campus Life office. Don't forget, bring in your non-perishable food donations for the Walk for Hunger food drive to earn points for your advisory. Donations will be accepted through Friday morning. The College Counseling and Guidance Office will be hosting a Zoom presentation on applying and getting accepted to college on Thursday, September 23rd at 6:30 p.m. for both students and parents. Check your email later today for the Zoom link. Attention international students. If you are interested in taking the October 9th TOEFL, the registration deadline is this Friday. Email Mrs. McCaffrey at mmccaffrey@scjlabs.com to register with any questions. Calling all college-bound Hilltoppers. The following colleges have visits today: Utica College at 12:30 p.m. in Colby Conference Room, the University of Tennessee Knoxville at 2 p.m. via Zoom. Be sure to sign up for their visits on Naviance and to view all details. If you are scheduled to be in class during the time of the visit, please check in with your teacher before coming to the college visit. The following colleges will have visits tomorrow: Army Recruiter, Boston University, and Skidmore College. Be sure to visit Naviance to sign up for all college visits. Come see what all the racket is about. Badminton beats today on Stowe Green at 3:30. Contact Ms. Smith with any questions. The Gender and Sexuality Union meets today after school in Colby 207. The senior class is hosting the first school dance of the year this Saturday night on Stowe Green from 7 to 10 p.m. Admission is $3 per student or $5 per couple. You must represent your school ID for entrance. Don't have your school ID yet? No worries. We'll check your name at the entrance. There will be prizes, a few fun surprises, and music from one of the best DJs in town. No entry after 9 p.m., and you will not be allowed re-entry once you leave. Masks are strongly recommended. Grab your date, grab your friends, and join the senior class for a night of good music and dancing. Remember, folks, this event is for Academy students only. Let's glow together. The Northeast Kingdom Walk to End Alzheimer's will be Sunday, September 26th, beginning at 9:30 a.m. at the St. Johnsbury Welcome Center. The National Honor Society invites you to join the St. Johnsbury Academy team to raise funds and walk for this very worthy organization. Registration forms can be picked up in the guidance office. See Ms. McCaffrey with any questions. Happy birthday today to Olivia Blanchard, Mary Fowler, Musaphar Huzin, Arlette Cohen-Attree, and Margaret Williams. Happy birthday. Today we have varsity and JV field hockey versus Hartford at 4 and 5:15. Please release the varsity team at 2. And we have varsity and JVA boys soccer versus BFA St. Albans at 4:30. Please release the teams at 2:30. Good luck and have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. Some late announcements on this rainy Wednesday. Tomorrow will be a variety day to support the Walk for Hunger. The cost is $1. As a reminder, pants and jeans with holes in them are not acceptable variety day attire. Dress down and support those in our local community. Speaking of which, my son and his advisory claim that they are going to win the advisor challenge, but I'm looking right at my advisees who now are in Colby 303 and not in the amphitheater. Cans, people, we need to refill the food shelf stocks, and I would hate to see my son's advisory beat mine. Some late scores from yesterday. Varsity girls soccer lost to Burlington 1-0. The JV team ended the game with a 0-0 tie. And finally, varsity boys golf beat Spalding and Missisquoi yesterday. Freshman Will Eaton was the medalist with a score of 38. Congratulations, golfers. So all year we've been talking about what it is to be in an academic community. I'm going to share with you an observation and a story from this past summer that I hope will have some meaning. Last week I was walking across campus from one meeting to another, and I noticed Mr. Mitchell out with his welding students on the porch of the business office, measuring the railings that are now rusted and about to fall over, so they're going to replace those. He and his students were measuring the railings from one seat post to the other, and I was walking, I noticed the measuring tape was slightly downhill. Mr. Mitchell said, "Are you sure that's on level?" The student replied, "Close enough." Mr. Mitchell stood and stared at the student and looked at him. He said, "No, close enough isn't good enough. Let me show you how to use a level to get that exactly right." He proceeded to use 2 levels, showed his students how to level off the tape measure so the measurement would be exactly right. So you're probably wondering, well, why does it matter? Why isn't it good enough to say, good enough? Well, here's where the story from this summer comes in. So my son drives a Ford. Yes, we can all make fun of Ford, right? Fix or repair daily. And he had an engine that was breaking down. I took it to the dealer, and they thought that they knew what was going on. Anyway, it took a while. Turns out the camshaft that drove the fuel pump was a 1/16 of an inch too long on its node that rotated around and created the fuel pump pressure. 1/16 of an inch. You might be thinking, hey, I'm with those guys in Mr. Mitchell's class. Close enough. Well, at several thousand revolutions per minute, that 1/16 of an inch rubbed against the protective plating that separated the camshaft chamber from the pump. After a while, it wore a hole in that, then a hole in the pump, and the engine was rendered useless. 1/16 of an inch wasn't close enough. The engine was useless. As we do and go about our daily lives, I want us to think about this expression, close enough. Is close enough really close enough? Good enough? I want you to think about if you were to get into a car made by a bunch of people who said, that's good enough. Would you feel safe? What if you were going to fly an airplane somewhere and you knew that the people who manufactured it said, close enough? Would that be good enough? Or how about if you're sending your child to daycare and the daycare provider's like, that's good enough. Is that good enough? I want to challenge us here today to do away with the notion of good enough and expect more of each other and of ourselves. Thank you for listening.